Imagine a night sky filled with countless stars, each one a potential sun for an alien civilization. The numbers are staggering, over 200 billion stars in our galaxy alone, with at least one planet orbiting most of them. Expand that to the observable universe, and the count soars into the trillions. Even if intelligent life were incredibly rare, with such overwhelming numbers, shouldn't we have seen some sign, some undeniable proof that we are not alone? And yet, silence. No signals, no spacecraft, no evidence of vast interstellar empires. This contradiction, known as the Fermi Paradox, is one of the greatest scientific mysteries of our time. Since Enrico Fermi first posed this question in 1950, countless theories have attempted to explain why we see no evidence of extraterrestrial civilizations. Some argue that life is exceedingly rare, that intelligent beings may be so uncommon that our nearest cosmic neighbors could be millions of light years away. Others propose that civilizations destroy themselves before they ever reach the level of interstellar travel, falling victim to nuclear war, artificial intelligence, or ecological collapse. There are even more unsettling possibilities. Perhaps we are in a cosmic zoo, observed but deliberately left in the dark, or perhaps an advanced alien force actively prevents young civilizations from expanding. But despite decades of research, thousands of exoplanet discoveries, and increasingly sophisticated technology, the mystery persists. And here's the most unsettling part: it may never be solved. To understand why, we must explore the fundamental challenges that make solving the Fermi Paradox nearly impossible. The first and most obvious issue is the sheer scale of the universe. Even if intelligent civilizations exist, they may be separated by distances so vast that communication is practically impossible. Light, the fastest thing we know, still takes over 4 years just to reach Proxima Centauri, the closest star to our Sun. But even that is nothing compared to the scale of the galaxy. The Milky Way is over 100,000 light-years wide. A signal sent from one end to the other would take 100 millennia to arrive, and that's assuming it was even aimed in the right direction at the right time. If intelligent life is spread sparsely across space, then the odds of two civilizations detecting each other become astronomically low. But distance is just one part of the problem. Time is an even bigger barrier. Humanity has only been capable of interstellar communication for a tiny fraction of its existence. Think about this. Our species is around 300,000 years old, yet we've only been broadcasting radio waves for about 100 years. That's like a single blink in the vast timeline of the universe. What if intelligent civilizations emerge and vanish on timescales that rarely overlap? Imagine a galactic timeline stretching across billions of years. Civilizations could rise, thrive, and fall like flickering candles, their entire existence nothing more than brief sparks in the vast ocean of cosmic history. The dinosaurs ruled Earth for over 160 million years without developing intelligence. What if a highly advanced alien species flourished somewhere in the Milky Way 100 million years ago, only to disappear before humans even evolved? And what if the next intelligent civilization doesn't arise for another million years after we're gone? The universe could be full of life, just not all at the same time. And then there's the possibility that we are looking in the wrong way or for the wrong signs. Our search for extraterrestrial intelligence is based on assumptions. Assumptions that alien civilizations would use radio waves, that they would communicate in a way we can detect, and that they would even want to be found. But what if their methods of communication are completely beyond our understanding? What if they use exotic particles like neutrinos, gravitational waves, or quantum entanglement? What if they exist in dimensions beyond our perception? Imagine an ant trying to understand the internet. The signals are all around it, but they are incomprehensible, operating on an entirely different level. What if we are the ants in this scenario, incapable of detecting civilizations that exist on a vastly superior technological plane? Perhaps advanced extraterrestrials have evolved beyond the need for physical communication entirely, existing as post-biological entities, digital minds, or even pure energy. If so, we could be surrounded by intelligence and have no way of perceiving it. Even more unsettling, What if they are deliberately hiding? The dark forest hypothesis, a chilling concept from astrophysicist David Brin and popularized in Liu Cixin's The Three-Body Problem, suggests that the universe is a dangerous place, one where civilizations must remain silent to survive. Just as hunters in a dark forest avoid making noise to avoid predators, advanced civilizations may intentionally avoid broadcasting their presence, fearing that revealing themselves could attract a more powerful, hostile force. If this is true, then the absence of signals isn't a mystery, it's a survival strategy. And if we're the only ones shouting into the void, we might be unknowingly exposing ourselves to unknown dangers. Perhaps some civilizations tried to make contact in the past and were silenced. This possibility raises an even more unsettling question. Should we be looking for aliens at all? The deeper we dive, the more we realize. The Fermi Paradox is not just a question of science. It is a puzzle woven with uncertainties, where each answer only leads to more questions. Even if we someday find microbial life on Mars or on the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, it still wouldn't answer the central question. Where are the intelligent civilizations? The silence of the universe may not be because life is rare, but because something is keeping it silent, and that silence might never be broken. If intelligent life exists somewhere out there, why haven't we seen any undeniable proof? Why haven't alien spacecraft visited us? Why haven't we detected a single message from the stars? The deeper we analyze the Fermi Paradox, the clearer it becomes that the barriers to solving it may be far greater than we imagine. It's not just about the vast distances or the staggering timelines, it's also about the limitations of our own understanding and the possibility that the answer itself is beyond our reach. One of the most significant barriers to solving this mystery is our human perspective. When we search for extraterrestrial life, we do so with our own biases, shaped by our history, biology, and technology. We assume that alien civilizations, if they exist, would develop in a way similar to us, that they would communicate using radio waves, explore the cosmos with physical spacecraft, or expand outward as we would. But what if intelligence doesn't necessarily lead to exploration? Consider Earth's most intelligent species, besides humans: dolphins, octopuses, elephants. These creatures demonstrate remarkable problem-solving skills, emotions, and even forms of communication. Yet none of them build cities, launch spacecraft, or seek to explore beyond their own environment. What if the most advanced extraterrestrial civilizations have no interest in space travel at all? What if they exist in harmony with their home planets, uninterested in expanding beyond their world? And what if technological progress itself isn't inevitable? We often assume that any intelligent species would eventually develop advanced tools, create complex societies, and eventually reach space. But that assumption ignores the fact that intelligence alone doesn't guarantee survival. There could be countless worlds where intelligent species once existed, but failed to reach a level of civilization capable of interstellar communication. Even if they did develop technology, they might not see the need to broadcast signals or travel through space. Our own civilization has only been sending radio signals for about 100 years, a mere instant in the cosmic timeline. In fact, our signals have already begun to fade. As our technology advances, we are shifting to fiber optic communication and more energy-efficient transmissions, making it harder for any potential observers to detect us. What if other civilizations have done the same, reaching a point where they no longer emit easily detectable signals? Then, there's another chilling thought. What if civilizations inevitably destroy themselves before they can spread across the stars? This is known as the Great Filter, the idea that there is a nearly insurmountable barrier that prevents life from advancing beyond a certain stage. This filter could be behind us, meaning intelligent life is extraordinarily rare, or it could be ahead of us, meaning that civilizations tend to self-destruct before reaching interstellar capability. History has shown that as societies grow more technologically advanced, they also become more vulnerable to self-inflicted disasters. Nuclear war, climate change, artificial intelligence, biotechnological risks. All of these could be existential threats that wipe out civilizations before they ever have the chance to colonize other planets. If this pattern holds true across the cosmos, then the reason we haven't seen aliens may be because they never make it far enough to become spacefaring species. But what if there's an even darker answer, one that suggests we are not alone but we are not meant to know? The possibility that extraterrestrial civilizations exist but are deliberately avoiding us raises even more disturbing questions. Are we being watched? Are we part of an experiment? The zoo hypothesis suggests that highly advanced aliens are observing us, but intentionally keeping their presence hidden, much like how we observe animals in a nature reserve without interfering with their natural behavior. To these civilizations, we might be too primitive, too unpredictable, or simply not ready for contact. They may be waiting for a certain level of technological or ethical maturity before revealing themselves, ensuring that we do not react in fear, violence, or chaos. Or perhaps the reality is even more terrifying. Maybe the reason we see no signs of advanced civilizations is because there is something out there ensuring that no civilization becomes too powerful. Some theorists suggest the existence of a galactic predator, an unknown force that eliminates civilizations the moment they reveal themselves. This concept, sometimes called the berserker hypothesis, paints a chilling picture of the cosmos. It suggests that once a civilization becomes detectable, whether through radio waves, space travel, or colonization, it risks attracting a force capable of wiping it out. If this is true, then the silence of the universe isn't an accident. It's the result of untold civilizations that tried to reach out, only to be silenced forever. If so, our attempts to search for alien life, our radio transmissions, deep space probes, and SETI projects may not be signs of curiosity, but rather signals of our own vulnerability. So what does all of this mean? It means that the Fermi Paradox isn't just a scientific puzzle. It's a question that forces us to reconsider everything we assume about life, intelligence, and the future of our own civilization. The very reason we haven't detected extraterrestrial life could be the same reason why we may never reach the stars ourselves. And this leads to one final haunting possibility. What if we are alone? What if, against all odds, Earth is the only world in the galaxy or even the universe that has developed intelligent life? This idea, known as the rare Earth hypothesis, suggests that while microbial life might be common, complex, intelligent, life is exceedingly rare. It would mean that there is no galactic community waiting for us, no interstellar civilizations, no cosmic mysteries to unravel, only an endless void of lifeless worlds. But if that is true, then our existence is even more precious than we ever imagined. We would not only be alone, we would be the only known voice in an otherwise silent universe. If so, what responsibility do we have as the only intelligent species we know of? What if the fate of intelligence itself rests solely in our hands? The questions keep growing. The deeper we look, the more the paradox tightens around us, leaving us with the unsettling realization that the silence may never be broken. If the Fermi Paradox has taught us anything, it's that the absence of evidence is not necessarily evidence of absence. The silence of the universe does not mean life isn't out there. It only means we have not yet found it. Or perhaps we are not meant to. As we explore the possibility that we may never solve the Fermi Paradox, we must consider another profound limitation, the constraints of our own perception and technology. For all our advancements, our ability to explore the cosmos is still in its infancy. The farthest any human-made object has traveled is Voyager 1, a probe launched in 1977 that has only just left the solar system after nearly 50 years. Our radio signals, the primary way we search for extraterrestrial life, have only been traveling for about a century, barely a blink in cosmic time. Even if another civilization had the technology to detect signals like ours, it would have to be listening at precisely the right moment, from the right location, using the right methods. What if the way we search for life is fundamentally flawed? We assume that alien civilizations would use radio waves or some form of electromagnetic communication, but this is based purely on human technological evolution. Advanced extraterrestrial beings may have long abandoned radio-based technology in favor of something far beyond our comprehension, something we don't even know how to detect. Imagine a primitive tribe in the Amazon trying to detect a modern internet signal. They lack the tools, the knowledge, and even the concept of what they're looking for. To them, the internet is invisible, non-existent. What if we are that primitive tribe, and the universe is filled with communication signals we simply cannot perceive? Then there's the possibility of unimaginable alien intelligence, civilizations so advanced that their actions, motives, and very existence are beyond our understanding. We tend to think of aliens as slightly more advanced versions of ourselves, with similar thought processes and desires. But what if their intelligence is so radically different that we would not even recognize it as intelligence? Consider the concept of a post-biological civilization, one where biological life has been entirely replaced by machine intelligence. If an ancient alien race has merged with artificial intelligence, it may have no need for planetary colonization, physical exploration, or even communication as we understand it. These hyper-advanced beings could exist in ways that defy our comprehension, perhaps as vast networks of energy or consciousness spread across galaxies, operating on scales of time so immense that our brief existence would not even register to them. And then there's a possibility so unsettling that many prefer to ignore it. What if we are trapped in an illusion? Some theorists suggest that our reality itself may be part of a simulation, a construct designed by an advanced intelligence. If that is the case, then the reason we don't see extraterrestrial civilizations could be because they are not programmed into the simulation. The rules of our universe may deliberately prevent us from making contact, ensuring that we remain isolated, questioning, and forever searching. If any of these ideas are true, then we may never solve the Fermi Paradox, not because aliens don't exist, but because the very nature of the universe or our place in it prevents us from doing so. But does that mean we should stop searching? Absolutely not. If anything, the mystery of the Fermi Paradox is what drives us forward. The sheer possibility that we might one day uncover the truth, whether that truth reveals a universe teeming with life or confirms our solitary existence, gives meaning to our search. Perhaps in the end, the most important question isn't why haven't we found aliens, but what does it mean if we never do? If we are alone, then we bear an incredible responsibility. It would mean that our existence is the rarest phenomenon in the universe, a cosmic miracle. It would mean that our actions, how we treat each other, our planet and our future, matter more than we ever imagined. We wouldn't just be a civilization, we would be the civilization, the only known mind in an otherwise empty universe. And if we are not alone, then the silence of the universe is a puzzle we must solve. It could mean that something awaits us out there, perhaps something wondrous or perhaps something terrifying. It could mean that the very act of searching is what will define our species, pushing us beyond Earth, beyond our solar system, and into the great unknown. The answer to the Fermi Paradox, if it ever comes, will reshape everything we think we know about existence. But until then, the silence remains. The question lingers. And the search continues. What do you think? Will we ever solve the Fermi Paradox, or is it a mystery destined to remain unanswered? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoy exploring the mysteries of the cosmos, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, because the universe is vast and the questions are endless.